Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh. My name is Khadijah and I'm from Texas. Um, my hijab story is a beautiful story, I think, in a way, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed me. How it all started was I started wearing my hijab on May 6th. My friend Dallas had encouraged me to start wearing the hijab. I'm a convert as well, revert. I reverted on December 4th of 2013 when I was 15 years old. So I didn't know anything about hijab when I first converted. I didn't know any thing about how to cover Ramadan or anything, etc. All I knew was about um the hijab. And so the thing was, the day when I wanted to wear it, I went to her house and I was like, I really want to wear this, but I'm just afraid what my family's gonna say. So my thing was, so she told me if it's something that you want to believe in and do, then go for it. That day I left our house. I literally stepped foot up the house with my hijab on. I wrapped it and learned how to wrap it up, learned some new ways. Monday morning when I went to school, I wore it to school for the first time. I was so scared. Like my family was like, "Oh, is that something that you just rang for fashion or for fun?" I'm like, "Or are you like those people?" I'm like, "Yeah, I ran for fashion." That's why I said, because I didn't know how to react or tell them, "Yes, I'm Muslim. This is what I wanted to do." So I worked at school. I got so many looks. Like people were like, "Oh my gosh, I never knew that you were," and stuff like that. And some of my friends already knew because I talked to them about it at school. So I was at school, the bell ring. I sat there and everyone's wondering what's going on. Then a few days later, tell me why my principal have the nerve to tell me what is this on my head and why am I wearing it. And I'm like, okay, this is part of my religion. And that was it. Okay, a few days later, fast forward, she was like, okay, she put me out of the band hall and was like, okay, you need to remove this because you have to prove to us that you're Muslim. You have to get a documentation stating where you go to your for worship and it has to have your name on it. So I'm like, wait, you have to prove? I didn't know about religious rights or rights period as a citizen. And I was like, okay, that doesn't even make sense. Okay, so you're telling me a lesbian has to kiss another lesbian or girl, whatever, to show that she's lesbian or bisexual, right? Or is that what you're telling me? Okay, get real, boo. Because for one, you're telling me I have to go prove my religion to you, but you don't have to prove your religion to me. And she was like, oh, people who wear nose piercings like the Indians have they get documentation stating for religious purposes as well. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? So I was like, okay, can you give me until Monday? She's like, so I can continue to wear it to get you the documentation. She said, no, you gotta take it off today. So I went to the restaurant and I cried my eyes out. Wallahi, I cried my eyes out. I could never believe that someone could be so evil in a way. I never experienced such hatred in that way. SubhanAllah. Turns out that day I brought her the documentation what she asked. Everyone in my classroom knew what was going on. Something was wrong because I didn't have my job on. And I bring the documentation on Monday morning. Okay, I'm like, okay, I thought I got everything she asked for. Turns out she's like, oh, I need it with your name. I'm like, okay, are you serious? I got, she also said that her what is it? Her sister-in-law is a Muslim. I'm like, why can't we just settle this argument with asking your sister why she wears hijab and the purpose of hijab in Islam? She's like, no, that's unnecessary. So I'm like, okay, where's this going? So my friend introduced me to CARE, and CARE is it's a advocate company who fight for Muslims' rights in America. So I called CARE and Aliyah is her name. She emailed me and I gave her the details. They never even answered her phone. The school never answered their phone for her. So eventually the lady was like, this is document is not acceptable. So you're gonna have to get something else. So I got her the correct documentation. Then she still doesn't accept it. So she was like, I'm gonna talk to my boss, a person who's hiring me. And then she still never get. I still haven't heard back from her, right? So then all of a sudden she goes in the hallway. I was walking in the hallway, and the lights. I know that day when I went to school, my family was like, "Oh, we're not gonna support you. We're not gonna help you with this fight against your school, with this case." And so some teachers helped me at my school, and that's when it was a day the power went out. And I was like, okay, forget this. I'm gonna wear my job. I don't care. I'm gonna wear a word to school. I don't care because she can't write me up, you know. So I wore it to school, and I guess she found out I wore it, and she was like, if you wear this to school again, I'm gonna write you up. I'm like, wait, so you can write people up for wearing their religious headwear? You know, like that's not even correct at all. You know, at the time I knew. Now I started doing my rights, and now I'm so firm in my rights. I don't let anyone budge over them because of those kind of reasons, because I went through that. So like at my school, she finally came to the dates where she came to her senses and said, "Oh, my boss, who's way above me, said that I can't interact with your religion at home. I can't tell you what you can and cannot do." Exactly, she has no right. So she ended it. We didn't have to go to court or anything. So I started getting my hijab, and since that day on, I was the first one in my school to ever start what is it what is it? I guess you can say who started a movement to where Muslims and Muslim girls and Muslim other boys can pray at school and can wear their hijab, and Muslim women can wear their hijab. No one never stood up, ever wore it, or they never knew that they could. So I stood up, and now I feel like I made a history, from doing that kind of thing and standing up for what you believe in. Because if you believe in something, then go for it. Don't let anyone stop you. And my hijab story, that's what my hijab story is. And still today, I'm 19 years old. I wear it still. And I stand up even more to the people who try to put a Muslim sister down. Put them down, because we are the ones out here who are seen to be Muslim. We can't cover it up. We can't, walk around. People are going to know what's up. People are going to know that we're Muslim, So I love modesty. I love the Muslim, identity, the Muslim identity. Alhamdulillah. But, that's my story for you guys. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Khadijah, and I'm out. Peace.